Welcome to Tail Talk Grooming Chronicles with Hound Therapy, the podcast where we talk all things pet grooming, daycare, academy, and more. Hosted by Shannon and Tanya of Hound Therapy, serving pet owners across North Texas. We're here to share expert tips, hilarious pet stories, and the inside scoop on keeping your furry friends happy and healthy. Our motto, humanity over vanity. And don't worry, we don't bite. Let's get started.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Ever wondered why some grooming salons make clients feel judged while others make them feel supported? Today, Shannon and Tanya break down the philosophy that sets Hound Therapy apart and why education always beats shame. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Sophia Yvette, co-host and producer, back in the studio with Shannon and Tanya, professional groomers at Hound Therapy. Hi, ladies. It's so lovely to be back on with you today. Now, I would love for you both to open this one up. Why we don't shame clients, we educate them. What does this philosophy mean inside of your grooming salon?
Well, let's start by saying one of the biggest misconceptions in grooming is that that groomers are judging pet parents. We're not. Really, most of us are just trying to help. So,
Yeah.
at least I hope that's we are. We are not judging you by how your dog looks or acts. We want you to be upfront and honest with us, and we want to support you in the hurdles that we've got to overcome to best provide for your pet. And we can't do that if you're feeling embarrassed to talk.
Yeah.
Education matters to us more than shame, and it should in this entire industry because
Everywhere.
I mean, nobody has brushed their dog more or harder or taken better care of their animal because they felt, because they were yelled out.
Or they just didn't want to. Like,
Yeah,
most of it's they just don't know.
yeah, and it's very, very different. That we educate in a way that doesn't make you feel bad. And we feel like, here at Hound Therapy that we really do try to, include you in the conversation and talk to you in regular, just every day. Like
Yeah.
I try to find ways to relate to anybody that comes in. Like, your haircut versus your dog's haircut. How often you would
Yeah.
have to get them groomed, uh, I use men's haircuts a lot because, I was a barber for a long time. So I understand that, short hair gets cut more often and long hair doesn't. And, I've had teenage boys. So all of those things are just easy. And then I've got long hair. So, I use that on people. Like my hair is really long. If I don't brush it, you know, it's gonna get matted, and you know what I mean? So they're like, "Oh." So I try to use
Yeah.
everyday experiences to try to kind of lighten the mood, or more importantly, to kind of explain, why we're doing what we're doing, why we're charging what we're charging. Shaming hurts the dog, I think, more
Yeah.
than the owner, because then, people are embarrassed to come back, and we don't want that.
I'm not going back to someone that embarrassed me.
No. Really? I love it.
I wanted to ask you both, when a dog comes in matted or anxious, since we're talking about matted hair, what's the first thing you want the owner to understand coming from that understanding mindset and not shaming the client?
Yeah, so it's for me, I want you to understand that, hey, look, life happens.
Yep.
We are all human. I mean, we make mistakes. We try to own up to our mistakes. And,
Every day.
if we cut this ear too short, we've done that. I took the wrong card to your dog. I mean, it doesn't happen often, but it
It's
does happen. And, we have a full on academy here. So when we're teaching students or, somebody's picked something up thinking that they had something else on there. So, we own that and we have an honest conversation, and most people understand. If we've noticed something on your animal, we try to be honest about you. Hey, look, we're not vets, but we
I
saw this, we smelled this, we saw that this
Yep.
was different than last time. So those are all things that we try to communicate with you. So if you have an issue at home, whether it may be something you don't want to talk about or you're embarrassed about, uh, we're oversharers. I for sure am an oversharer.
Most of the time, me too.
So, we feel like we're a part of your family. I mean, we're
Yeah.
taking care of something that's very important to you. And we know most everybody that comes here overshares with us. We know their kids,
Their
they
lives, their
had,
surgeries.
yeah. And, can you zip my bra in the back? I mean,
Sure.
we're very close to our clients here. And we do usually have, because we're those kinds of people, we believe that we're a good vessel for
Yeah.
people who, want that kind of a friendship and value that type of honesty. And I think that most people that come in here know that. And as a new client comes in here, we hope that we can make them feel at ease by talking to them like a human being, because
Versus just berating them.
yeah, that humanity over vanity. I mean, it goes for people as well. You
Yeah.
don't know what that person has gone through. You don't know it's a domino effect, right? So if they were rude or took something that you said wrong, or their dog isn't brushed, and you correct what they've been thinking that they've been doing correctly, it can come across as, hey, we don't believe you, or whatever,
Yeah.
because that's not it. That's not at all how we want to come across. So
And, for me, if it is someone with a matted dog and they're like, "I've been brushing," and I'll be like, "What kind of brush do you use? Walk me through your process."
yeah.
Because I really want to educate them to do it better, and I'll show them, and they're like, "Oh my god, I didn't realize you had to go all the way down to the skin."
I don't
Yes.
have that kind of a brush.
Yeah.
We bring them
So,
all the way back, like, "Come back here.
yeah, I'll
Stand
bring
it."
them to my table.
Yeah, stand back here. This is how we're seeing it, because we see it differently than the pet parent.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what we do for a living. So education is much better than shaming. And for those groomers that are out there that listen to this, don't. You're gonna get what is this saying? More flies with honey.
More bees with honey.
No, we don't want flies, right? I don't want bees either. I do like bees, but I like honey more.
I like the look of bumblebee.
So, yeah, keep that in mind for your clients coming in. Education goes a long way, and a lot of
Yep.
people just don't know, you know?
Or they were told that their dog was low maintenance.
Yeah, a lot of some of it is just it's misconception. It's kinda heard it through the grapevine. My breeder said this, my mom said that, my dad said this, and then my vet said, that, and this other grooming place said this. Take some accountability, and, just be, "Hey, look, I
Yeah.
didn't brush my dog because,
I didn't
I
want
don't know,
to.
I was depressed last week, and yeah, I was busy."
Yeah.
You know,
We
I was
get it.
binge watching, TV, and I didn't wanna do that.
We get
So,
it.
I'm like, whatever, or, "Oh, it's extra? That's cool. I was tired last week," or, "I fell
Yeah.
down. I had surgery." And if you're gonna do
Anything.
those before, and you have a planned procedure or a surgery, we have somebody that came in early this month, for the same thing, said, "Hey, look, I need it done early because I'm having surgery and I don't know when I'm gonna get back in, so let's go extra short." And we can offer some
Yeah.
suggestions. So, yeah, there's
Same
a
goes for the dogs. If
yeah.
they're having a procedure, get them groomed before.
Yeah, we can't say that enough times.
Now, let's get down to specifics before we close out today. What tools or routines do you recommend to help clients feel empowered in general instead of judged?
So I would say your routine needs to be something that works for you.
Yeah.
Um, you need to consolidate what you've got to one or two things that's going to fit into your lifestyle, right? Because if it doesn't fit into your lifestyle, it's like exercise. We all, are going to sign up for the gym at some point or think about it. And I'm like, I'm going to start walking tomorrow. But if you have an unrealistic goal in doing that, it's not probably going to get accomplished. So start with the small things, right?
Yeah.
Bring them in for nail trims if that's not something that you can do. Make sure that consult your groomer, ask us, what kind of, if I had to have two tools, what comb and what brush should I use? How do I make my dog stand on the table for me? Or, where's
Yeah.
the best place to brush them? And then we'll kind of give you some tips. Routine, uh, over and over, doing it consistently. Anything that you do consistently for 3 months, your dog is going to get used to it. You're going to get used
Yep.
to it. And then
It
it
creates a
becomes a
habit.
habit. So, I would say start with a simple routine, add to
Yep.
that later, but make your routine into a habit. Once you have a habit, then it's something that you can maintain, and your dog is going to learn how to do that with you. So,
And you can get the haircut you want.
yeah. And we wanted to say a shout out to, we have somebody in San Jose that has downloaded every one of our podcasts. So please message us and tell us if you want to hear more stuff. But shout out to San Jose, California. I don't know who
I
you are.
love that. Yay. Well, thank you both. This is exactly why dog parents trust you. We really appreciate your insights, your wisdom, and we'll see everyone next time.
That's a wrap for this episode of Tail Talk with Hound Therapy. Ready to book your pet's next groom, daycare stay, or grooming academy tour? Call us at 469-367-0009. That's 469-367-0009 to schedule an appointment. Or visit us online at www.houndtherapy.com. Serving North Texas with expert pet care. Until next time, keep those tails wagging.